Wow, that's bright. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic day on planet Earth. It looks like the cats had a party last night. I've got some preventative maintenance to do on this thing. It's done, I think it's 17,000 kilometres, hang on, 17,267 kilometres. I've looked at the service interval and I think it's at 20,000 kilometres. I've got to change spark plug, dry belt and that sort of thing. Now, because I've just come back from Secondicon, I think it's time that I did it now before I get the bike washed, because it's disgusting. I know it's 3,000 short of 20,000, but it didn't cost a lot. I think the old caboodle, the spark plug, the air filter, the dry belt, I think that was about 22 quid or something like that. I'm also going to increase the variator weights, because I've done a lot of highway sort of use. I don't really use it for around town, around the city or anything else like that. It's mainly sort of highway speeds. I don't know, you're going to say Honda's done many decades of testing this thing and they've got the optimum weights in. No, it's the optimum all-round weights in different conditions, different temperatures, different everything. But they say it's basically to tune as you see fit. I don't know why, but I always start with taking the air filter box off, because it makes it a lot easier to access everything underneath. I mean, it's all got to come off. I've got to change the air filter, so that gets heavy every single time. I need to move camera shot now. There you go. So yes, you'll need the right kit, which is a screwdriver. Any size will do, as long as it's not too big or too small. This air filter hasn't had much use actually, but because they're so bloody cheap, I might as well replace it. Anyway, we'll proceed. There's two of these lugs that come out, which can only go in one way. Yes, I got it right. It's 8mm. Might be best to take this off first actually, because it does cover some essential parts, like I think up the top, the clamp, and also there's a filter in here which I have tested, checked every time I've taken it apart, and every time I've taken it apart it's completely clean. There is a couple that are longer than the rest, so the best thing to do is get the short ones, put all the short ones in, and then you'll find that there's a couple of holes where it won't bite, and they're the holes where the longer ones go, like that. And careful you don't lose that bolt out the middle there. So here we have the variator, we have the clutch, we have the belt, which doesn't even seem worn, although it is rather dirty. That's a bit tight, Tony. I don't remember doing it this tight. And then that will come off. It's very hard to hold it in bloody place. But this one generally isn't as tight as the other one. I torque it down to exactly the same torquing. You know, bollock it right up. That is actually a torque setting. Didn't you know? And then the clutch. Bell housing should come off. Incidentally, I obviously changed the clutch, and you know, I haven't had a problem with it since. I won't say it's perfect, because after a while it does start wearing in, but I really haven't felt anything near to what it was before. What happens with this is, as it starts to wear, the belt actually gets narrower. Well, as the belt gets narrower, it reduces the top end. I tried to work this out, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Is it reduces the top speed, because I can't explain it. I'm not going to try and explain it because I'm probably wrong and someone's going to slaughter me for it. So I'm going to take all this out, and then the first thing I'm going to do is just, there is no shit in here at all. I've got to change the weights. So you've got 6 weights in here. I've got some of this grease, which is yam lube, which apparently this is the grease that they use for all the CVT stuff. And I have actually cleaned the bearings out. I'm just going to put a bit around here, and the front one doesn't have any lube on it at all. I don't think it needs it because it's got like a ceramic, no, not ceramic, it's like a carbon bearing. I think I need to move this out of this bloody heat because it's getting so hot here. I've cleaned all the friction plates off, the shoes, the whatever you call them, I don't bloody know, I don't care either. I need to get this belt. This is the new belt, which is the same as the old one, but obviously it's new, and newer is better. Everything I think has been cleaned off properly. I've got some 22 grams, I've got some 24, I think I'm going to put the 24 gram in actually. That's if they fit, because I have had trouble in the past where they don't bloody well fit, because they're for an X-Max or something like that. So I had to grind a bit off them. Now I know people are going to say, oh, I like to put a bit of lube in there or something. You see, look at that. They're too big. So I can't fit those. Those are quite a bit too big as well. Let's just see if there's any I can show you. There we go. That's an even worse point. That's way too big. So I can't use those unless I grind some off. And you're probably going to grind about 2 grams off, so you might as well just use the 22s. Let's just see if they're the right size. Yeah, that's better. Obviously you need them to move freely like this. So these are 1/2 gram heavier than the originals. Yeah, they fit all round. So I'll use those instead. When you've fitted these things, make sure that they all go nice and freely. Well, that one doesn't, because it's got a bit of the flashing still left on it, so I'm going to have to clean that one up. I'm going to have to clean that one up because it's got the flashing left on it. So I don't know if you can see that. There's just a tiny little bit of flashing left. Somebody said to me in a previous video that they like to get a bit of lube on these and just lube them up. Now, number one, I don't agree with that, because this is where shit builds up, and the last thing you want is the shit to stick to these bloody things. So I'm not doing that. Definitely not doing it. No, I'm not adding lube to that. It didn't come with it in the factory, from the factory. So I've also noticed with this slide bearing, it's sided, I think. If I put it in that way, I'm not going to do it now. If I put it in that way, it's fine. So it looks like that is sided. That's got to go in there first, which has all been cleaned out, and then that goes on. This is the way I put the CVT belt on, right? Is you get it on this side here, and then you put it on here, and it's going to be bloody tight. It always is bloody tight, right? So you get that on there like that, and then you push that back in there, and then you get your washer, which you put on there, and then you get the plate, and then you very loosely put it on there. It's not going to be straight. You're not going to be able to tighten it at all. All you need to do is get it on the splines, put a tiny bit of pressure on it. While you're turning this, you push the bloody thing in, and then you put a bit of pressure on it, and then you turn it a bit more. You're going to need your tool for this. So here is my tool. So if you turn it, and you push it as well, and then you turn it, so all you need to do is just get that first, just to get it properly on the splines, and then assist him with the back. And you'll find that if you start just twisting it on the back, this will then free up. When you've tightened it up just a bit, if you get your tool on it again and free it up so as it does move, and then you can tighten it a bit more, and there does become a point where you can just keep tightening it and it will rotate it on its own. What you don't want to do is get it, just wang it up. You don't want to just tighten it up, because otherwise it'll crush the belt. There you go, we're at a point now where we can just keep doing this. And put the flywheel, sorry, the clutch belt on now. I just need to add something, right? All throughout this, when I say this is how I do it, it's purely because that's how I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way to do things, it's just the way that I found that it's the easiest way to do things. It probably isn't the right way to do things, but I really don't give a shit. If it's easy, it's the right way to do it. There is no right and wrong way. Somebody's going to say, I work for Honda, I've worked there for 25 years and we've never done anything like this, and you're a twat. You need to torque this up to the specific torque, which is 6. That's 6. Someone's going to say, you've put that in wrong. Oh, get a life. Guarantee I'm going to get some comments on this video saying, oh my god, I can't believe you did it like that. I can't believe you did that way. I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you did that. It pisses me off when people start saying that. I've got no tools. So my way is the correct way. It does my head in. Really, really bad when people say, oh, you haven't torqued that down to the right torque, which is 24.3 Newton meters per pound foot squared. I ain't got a torque meter, a torque wrench. Put the shorter ones in first, because if I try and put one of the shorter bolts into the longer bolt holes, it don't fit. You see, that's a short bolt and it don't go in. So I know that is actually a longer bolt hole. Don't try and put the long ones in first. I need to clean that up a bit more with my mineral wipes that people are going to say you can't use them because of corrosion. So, oh, shut the f. I can go around and torque or tighten them up. I'll tell you, we have a season for it for everything around here. So you got like a season for insects, you've got a season for ants, you've got a season for spiders, you've got a season for basically everything. And I don't know how that's even possible. And also with things like there's a season for mangoes, although the temperature only drops or changes by a couple of degrees all year round, and so how do the mangoes know that it's the season? So this is the filter that everyone's talking about. You can see a bit of shit in there, there's nothing major. I mean, this is all air cooled around here. It sucks the air in and blows it over the belt to stop it from overheating. I think I only paid a couple of quid for these. 3 screws on them. I mean, incidentally, if there's anybody listening on my main channel, if you want to listen to the inside talk that I always go on about, which I do talk about quite a lot, like my personal life and stuff like that, head over to Patreon. And no, I'm not talking about it here. I don't talk about a lot really on here. I just talk about the topic in hand, like fixing the bike or doing that sort of thing. But if you wanna hear the rest of it, link in the description. This thing here, which I think it's just a trap, or like a water trap, but you are supposed to clean it. You can't see, but there's a bit of oil left in there, so that's got to come out. Wow, it's muggy, very, very muggy. I think we'll go and test. I can confirm that the revs are lower. Not a lot, but you know, it's every little helps, I suppose. For the given speed, the RPM is actually lower. I've noticed it on pickup as well. When you're pulling away, the revs are actually lower. Oh no, what's wrong? Come on then. Hey, are you too hot? You've got a fur coat on, don't know where you wear it. I hope I've educated you at least a bit. If I haven't, tough. You should be watching a different channel, shouldn't you? Not mine, because this is shit. I'd like you to remember that life is definitely worth living on this measly earth. I didn't change the spark plug. Shit. If I'm not mistaken, the spark plug is behind here. Just comes off like that. And the spark plug, hopefully this engine isn't too hot. And the spark plug is there. There it is, look. Now, I think in my toolkit, yeah, it gives you this, but no way of actually using it. So, oh yes, sorry, it does. It comes with a spanner, doesn't it? Hopefully, there you go. Yeah, it doesn't look worn at all. It's hardly worn, look. But you can see there is a bigger gap in that, in the old one. Because it's pre-gapped, I haven't got to worry about gapping it. And obviously we need to get the crush washer crushed. But I don't want to do it too tight. Job done. And I'd like you to remember that life is definitely worth living on this measly earth. All you got to do is get out there, do what makes you happy, do what makes you smile, and bollocks to what anybody else thinks.
Should you really be eating while you're doing that?
Yeah.